Heidi Smith, registered dietitian, and I'm here to talk to you today about shakes. I'm also a sport nutritionist, so I work with so many different athletes, and shakes are a great way to get in a lot of nutrition in a very short period of time. So here's one of my athletes' favorite shakes called Funky Monkey. It's got milk, bananas, peanut butter, and chocolate, if you like chocolate. The great thing about this shake is you're getting a lot of nutrition, and as I said before, it's really fast. So you start with milk. So I've got about a cup of milk in my blender already. You can use regular milk, you can use soy milk if you want, you can use rice milk, almond milk, whatever you like, but regular milk and soy milk have the most protein in them. So you start with a cup of milk, and then you're going to put one banana in. So we're making enough for either really one big shake or two small ones. So I always freeze my bananas ahead of time. So I take my ripe bananas and I freeze them and sometimes cut them in half. So there's one banana. So we've got a cup of milk and one banana. Make sure your bananas don't have any green on them like this, because that means that the starch hasn't turned to sugars yet, and you'll find that your shake is not very sweet and also is a bit gritty. So make sure your bananas are at least this ripe or even having spots on them. So you've peeled your bananas, you put them in the freezer, you add your banana to your shake. I've got milk, 1 cup of banana, and now we're going to add about a tablespoon of peanut butter. The peanut butter adds some protein, it also adds a little bit of extra fat, so that helps you stay full. You wouldn't want to necessarily have it right before a workout because it's a little higher in fat, but you can experiment and see what works for you. And then I'm going to add just regular chocolate milk powder here, about a tablespoon. So about a tablespoon of peanut butter, a tablespoon of chocolate milk powder. If you want to keep the sugar content down a bit, you can just use unsweetened cocoa. That works as well. You just have to make sure your bananas are really ripe if you're not going to add sugar to it. And then any other things you can add to give a little bit more nutrition, you can add kefir, which adds some extra healthy bacteria for your gut. You can get it this way, which is effervescent, a little bit bubbly, and that's the most powerful and the most concentrated microbacteria. And this one here is just a regular kefir, which is more like yogurt. So you can add kefir, you can add chia seeds. That's going to actually thicken it and add a little bit of protein and omega-3 fats. And you can even add some oatmeal. That's also going to thicken it and make it a little bit more filling. And if you want more protein, you can add skim milk powder. So I've got a big bag of skim milk powder here. That's a really inexpensive way to add a little extra protein and a little more nutrients to it. So that's it. If you like your shakes really thick, then you can also put some ice in there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of ice and blend it. You should blend it for about 30 seconds. I'm only going to do this for about 10 just to get it mixed, and that's all. Perfect. So the more the frozen the bananas, the more ice you add, the thicker it's going to be. I actually like my shakes a little thinner. My kids like them thick, but I find them really refreshing when they're thin. So that is it for a Funky Monkey shake. And also make sure that you visit my website for more tips and ideas and recipes. And you can also find my book on there, Nutrition for the Long Run, which is a nice summary of sport nutrition. Thanks, and enjoy your shake.